Welcome back to the Laker family.
Hey.
With your host Terry and JB. Sorry the Oracle is out today. So we're going to get right into last night's game between the Lakers and the Spurs and everything that went on. So I want to feel sorry for Coach Greg Popovich. I really, really do. They've been having a horrible, miserable season. But guess what? I don't. And you know why? Because the Spurs and the Mavericks are two teams that always played a major role in hating on the Lakers. They stopped numerous potential big trades from going down. They go out of their way to make sure they can sabotage any plans that the Lakers have to get back on top. And now that we're back on top and we're beating them, it brings music to my ears. Like y'all can't even imagine. It's like they deserve every last bit of this, because they even had a chance to trade us Kawhi Leonard a year ago, and we had a terrific package on the table. I think they wanted the whole form. And it was one point, I think Magic Johnson was getting ready to bite on it or give in to it. And they backed out of the whole thing, like I tricked you. So they pulled the same stunt that the Pelicans did the first time around with Anthony Davis. But not only did they do that, they started calling around, telling other people, teams around across the league to not make any deals with us as well. That's how much hatred that those two teams, Mark Cuban on the Dallas side and Greg Popovich with the Spurs. So they deserve every last bit of what's happening to them and their record this year. So yeah, go cry me a river, Spurs. Now, we had a great comeback. It was another great comeback, and we did a pretty good job as far as key defensive stretches in this game. There was at times that we needed to lock up, we did that. And spurts that we needed an offensive surge, we did that. And that shows a true great sign of a championship team that you don't feel threatened, you don't feel scared when you get down by 15. You always know that your team is good enough to come back and chip away at any deficit. So that's a good thing, a pleasant thing to know in my eyes. And with our team not even firing at all cylinders right now, we're still able to pull out these comeback wins and things like that. So that's great on the Lakers' part. LeBron was clutch, very clutch. He put on to what I would consider his spryest, his youngest looking game. He looked very youthful out there. I haven't seen this youthful looking LeBron since maybe when he was playing the Warriors in the finals, or like his Miami Heat days. He looked like that last night, and he finally had a great fourth quarter after having 3 consecutive games of poor fourth quarters. This fourth quarter, he put his foot down. 12 points, 5 assists in the fourth quarter, 33 points total, 14 assists. The man was just awesome, and to me, he's leading the MVP race. That's no biasness, none of that involved. I really, truly believe he is the leading candidate for the MVP this year. I would say Giannis is a close second for what he's doing and the record, the good record that they have in the East. And plus he's doing it without his second man, Chris Middleton. So I would put him a close second. Harden was like third for me until that Luka magic happened to him and his team the other night. So that moved Luka up to third in my book, with leaving Harden and Anthony Davis tied at fourth, because Anthony Davis does so much on the defensive end as well. and he will win Defensive Player of the Year. He had, speaking of Anthony Davis, he had 19 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He had one big block at the end of the game, which it just put an exclamation point on the game at that point. McGee played a little bit better, just a tad bit better. You know, he had been kind of went back to shacking the fool the past couple of games. Dwight Howard, we didn't get anything from him. We need better production for both of those guys. Like I said, I don't ask for a lot of scoring productivity from them, but I need to see live bodies in the paint, stifling defense down low. Get back to that. That's what we need from them. We had a Troy Daniels sighting. Finally, it's like we see one of those every blue moon with him. He hit 3 threes, 11 points, so that was a good sighting and a good, pleasant, hopeful sign that he can maybe keep this up. Rondo is steady showing us his improved streak. He's been very impressive in my eyes as far as never stop continuing to develop his game. Even at his age, he's still working and crafting his game. And a lot of experienced players don't feel like they need to keep adding or expanding upon their game. If he continues knocking down that 3-point shot the way he's doing, he's extremely valuable to this team. Kyle Kuzma, yeah. Another trash game. It was horrible. Again, like it was like I can't even defend it. You know how bad it was. It was like poor IQ. Just making foolish plays all over the place. Shooting too quick. He doesn't look in rhythm. Like he's nervous or something. I don't know what it is. And it's frustrating because I know he's better than this. But one thing that we can't do is just flip on a player every time they have a bad game here and there. We forget how good Kyle Kuzma really is and how he had 3 good seasons in a row, guys. So we just can't be so quick to just jump off ship on a player because they, suffer a cold streak or something like that. How many times have we experienced this with KCP and now Kyle Kuzma? Just period. It's kind of the reason why we can't hang on to any young players. We just bash them too quickly. We're too wishy-washy as fans, and that's not a good thing. We got to stick behind guys even when they have a little drought, especially if you already know what they're well capable of. We have to give the guys some time. I know it's hard. We're still winning, so it's not that big of a magnifying glass on it as it would be if we were losing. But still, with that being said, we're winning, so at least give him some time to get it together. We are very critical as fans, but I mean it's a good thing and a bad thing because we've even lost stars because we were too harsh on them, and they would leave during free agents when they become a free agent. Dwight Howard did it, a couple others, but they can't take the pressure. And then we deterred a lot of big name free agents from coming because they know how hard we are as fans. But guess what? If you win here despite all of that, you become revered like none other player that wins a championship brings a championship trophy home to their team. You become revered like none other. The Magic Johnsons, the Kobe Bryants of the world. Kobe Bryant, you don't think Kobe Bryant got his fair share of criticism while he was here? The whole Shaq debacle, the Denver stuff, people calling him ball hog, all this kind of stuff. But guess what? He stuck it out, and that's why he's held dearly in Laker fans' heart, because he stuck it out even though we can be very harsh. So, yeah, with that being said, let's just give Kyle Kuzma some time. KCP, last but not least, KCP. The guy is just flipped the switch that I hope won't flip off. He's been impressive with this last 5 or 6 game stretch or so. Let's keep that going, KCP. Frank Vogel has been doing a terrific job. Kudos again to him, and I believe that he is very deserving of Coach of the Year to this point in the season. I was giving considerations to the Suns coach at first. When they came out hot, and especially with DeAndre Ayton being out, things of that nature. But they've kind of tailed off these past couple of games. So right now, I would give that to Frank Vogel. The players that had a big game against us last night was LaMarcus Aldridge. Finally, he wanted to have a good game against us. He's been playing like complete trash all year, but wanted to pick last night to have a good game, along with DeRozan, who had a decent game. But we stuck to a defensive game plan. Those guys ate, but we held everybody else in check. That's a sign of good coaching as well. If you're going to give up something here, hold this in check. And that's what we did last night. We improved to 15-2 upon the season. And I'm looking forward to that Pelicans game come Wednesday. That's going to be a very entertaining game. I'm looking forward to see my guy, B.I., do his thing. Yeah, we want the dub, but I would like to see B.I., do his thing as well. I miss him. I know a lot of Laker fans miss him, and those who didn't, wasn't on the B.I. bandwagon, I know they miss him now. But that'll be something very fun and exciting to look forward to. So with that being said, we're going to get straight into the stats with JB.
Anthony Davis, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. LeBron James, 33 points, 3 rebounds, 14 assists. McGee, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 0 assists. Green, 6 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist. Pope, 14 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. The people on the bench, Kuzma, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Howard, 0 points, 1 rebound, and 0 assists. Rondo, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Alex, 0 points, 0 rebounds, and 1 assist. And Daniels, 11 points, 0 rebounds, and 0 assists. Go Lakers!
Go Lakers. Now, we got a little bit of better production from the bench. Just a little bit. I would still like to see a little bit better total effort from the bench. It's like we have maybe 2 or 3 guys that come off the bench and do what they're supposed to do. And on any given night, it might be one person or another. We've yet to see like a complete bench playing well like what the Clippers have. We need to have that chemistry down where everybody's coming in and doing a part, contributing. So with that being said, I think we covered everything for today, guys. And we'll be back to cover that Pelicans game after Wednesday. So keep it locked. And as always, if y'all want to become a part of the Laker family, like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching.
Bye.
Yeah. Hey, I got muscles like Superman trainer.